Welcome to Wizards Outlook, joined by Raymond Lyons, Cardell Jr., Wilson Tarpey Jr. The Wizards snapped the losing streak, ending this West Coast swing with the win over the Utah Jazz, avenging a loss that they took at home at the hands of the Jazz literally 7 days ago. So I see you guys been in the comment section early. Apologize for being a little late tonight. That said, Cardell, your initial thoughts on a great win for Washington.
They kind of turned back the clock to what made them successful. And, the first part of the season when they started 10-3, they played defense as a team. You know what I mean? They helped each other. They were in the right spots when they got beat, and they took it personally where they made the guy in front of them work. Once Donovan Mitchell, he kind of got off strong, and then they locked in for pretty much the rest of the game. I especially got to give Denny and Neto just ultimate props, man. The way they battle stuff, like Denny made Mitchell work more than anybody I've seen make Mitchell work throughout the season, man. And Neto, some of what Neto's effort was. I know he came off the bench with 15 points or whatnot, but he actually won a jump ball with Donovan Mitchell late in the game for them to secure the possession, and that led to KCP's 3-pointer, I believe, that put them ahead for good. You see what I'm saying? Like, those are little effort plays and momentum changing plays that they won all night to help them not only avenge a beat down for at home, like you said, literally a week ago, but get a much needed win against a top team on their home floor, man. It was just incredible. Bill was incredible. Bill played like how we expect Bill to play, man. This is what we looking for, dog. So when he need to play like this every time, it may not be 37 points, but his impact need to be felt like this, man. And then we not even looking at him. We're looking at everybody else. I love what Wes Unseld did. He didn't really cater to his regular rotations. He switched things up. He kept the guys out there that were balling. He didn't complicate things. He kept the guys out there that were gelling, that were defending, and they brought it home. And definitely props also to Gafford and Montrezl Harrell. They got embarrassed a week ago by Whiteside and Gobert. This year, this game they outplayed them. I can't even remember how many minutes did Whiteside get. He got 10 minutes. That tells you his night. He was ineffective. He was non-existent. Rudy Gobert, obviously he's going to be a defensive presence. They have him 11 points on 4-4 shooting. He didn't get a chance to get going offensively. He still had 19 rebounds, but still, 6 blocks. But that's because the Wizards were taking it to him. They weren't shying away from him, and it showed. One of the key things that happened today was they scored 54 points in the paint. They outscored the Jazz 54-30 inside. You know what I mean? So key things is that started off their defense, were huge, man. And those were two key things that, for me, won the game. And they did it in timely fashion. Like they only gave up one 30-point quarter. Literally through this whole slump, teams were getting about 3 or 4 of those. And like I said, that came in the first quarter when Donovan Mitchell just came out guns blazing. You know what I'm saying? They had to kind of weather that storm. You could tell he had the same mindset from a week ago. He was going to come out here and go right at him and get him up out of there. But Bill matched him, and then everybody else kind of came together and started playing defense, and it became more of a game, and he had to work more and more for his shots as the game went along. And, that was key, man. And offensively, it was the same level of efficiency. They shot around 50%, 44% or whatnot. 3-point shooting still ain't there. You know what I mean? Still 29%. But the thing they did well, they made their free throw. They shot 80%. In Utah, because they were on the roast, they only shot 63%. You know what I mean? And they turned Utah over 16 times. Like I said, those were the key stats and key categories that they were winning when they were 10-3. And I love what Bill said. After the game, he pretty much said that they were in a bad slump. They were in a bad slump, and he said to a man, we realized we were the only ones that are gonna get us up out of this. And he said we had to get back to what we did in the first part of the season. And it starts with the defensive man. But he said the difference is we got to maintain playing defense and not gotta be aggressive. And he said it's been tough trying to learn things on the fly. Learn about learn the different guys' tendencies and stuff. sometimes it may warrant me being aggressive in different ways. But my thing is, he was like, I got to be aggressive no matter what, and that's what we've been saying the whole time. So this was a good win. We're gonna see if they can continue it. You know what I'm saying? It's no good to do it tonight, then lay an egg against a severely wounded Nets team that's coming up. So, we're gonna see what happens, man. But this is a good start.
All right, Ray.
A much needed win. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. But yeah, man, this is the team that started out 10-3. They it's good to see them act like they have a pulse, and this is the results you get. Like, man, the talent is not an issue with this team, man. They got to execute and play hard, and that's evident by games like tonight. Like we saw what Utah did to them last Saturday, but now tonight we see what they're capable of, even against a top team in the league when they play how they supposed to play. And it starts with their defense, like we've been saying. They were able to turn them over, and they limited their own turnovers, and they were aggressive, got to the free throw line, and Bill was aggressive offensively. I mean, they play well in more areas than that, and usually that yields good results, man. So I know it feels good for them to get one in the win column. Hopefully they can take this and just kind of look at this game and see that they're still capable of playing this way. It's not like this is an anomaly, man. They had a good stretch of games to start the season off with, these type of performances. So yeah, hopefully this is what they needed to get back on track. Because it got dark. It got real dark. So yeah, I don't know what changed between the last game and this game, but hopefully they can ride this, man, because like we said, it's not like they're incapable. They showed they were capable for a good stretch of games. Then they just fell off a cliff. But now they kind of getting back to them. They got back to themselves tonight. And it was good to see, man, because they just been laying down. If we just keep being honest, so yeah, man, it's good to see that they were able to recapture what made them successful to start the season. And you know, Bill's comments, it was he hit the nail on the head. But people been pretty much saying the right things for the most part for the duration. But I think I think this was the first time I heard one of the players say it's on us and we got to switch it up. We got to flip it ourselves. So yeah, man. Hopefully this is the this start of the second wave because yeah, I can't go through too much of what we went through the last 17 games, man. Now that was painful. That was painful. But no, man, this is a great win, and it's nothing that I feel like is not sustainable. So hopefully they just continue with what they did tonight.
All right, well, keep this moving on to player of the game. Ray will let you go first, and Cardell.
Bradley Beal, man. He had a Bradley Beal game, and this is what we've been waiting for. And he just hadn't been looking like himself. But tonight, man, he came out like Cardell said the last time they played the Jazz. This is what he here for. When the other team has got a big time player, it's his job to match or exceed them, and that's what he did tonight, man. Had a great game, 37 points. He was decisive, aggressive, and he made his presence felt.
Go ahead, Cardell.
Yeah, Brad Bill. Self-explanatory.
All right, Cardell, you can lead off with X Factor then. Thank you, Ray.
I'm gonna give it to Denny, man. Denny had 11 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, on 4 or 5 from the field, 2 or 2 from three. And I like the point forward role that Wes Unseld starting to seemingly he's put more trust in with him. You know, he was bringing the ball and making some good decisions late in the game and whatnot. But his defense on Donovan Mitchell, the way he made him work, like, you know, Donovan was trying to get him up out of there. My man was with him. You know, he was with him. And I was like, okay. Like, he was locked in, like, not going anywhere. And, you know, that was huge because Donovan started off dumb. However, like, it was just like, here we go again, like deja vu, like, damn. But he got on him, slowed him down. He subbed. That's what I'm saying. Wes Unseld subbed Denny in real quick. Got him in there for, you know what I'm saying, for Kuz, got him in there. And he slowed Donovan down because it was looking like it was about to be a 40, 50-point game early on. I think he had, 13 at the end of the first, something like that. It looked like it was getting ugly, but he stayed with him, made him work, and that was pivotal. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter how great the other players did defensively, if Donovan would have kept going, he could have easily won this game by himself, man. So that was the impact that Denny had on both ends. Most definitely for me, he was the X factor.
All right, right.
Yeah, man, I'm rolling with Denny too. You know, he made his presence felt on both ends. And it was the joke was obvious and the difference was extremely noticeable when he got in the game, man. So you know, kudos to him.
All right, we're going, as always, get to these comments. You guys were in here early. Here we go. From Omer, sorry, I start Denny over Dinwiddie at this point.
I don't know if he's experienced enough to do that. I think you just keep it the way it is, you know what I'm saying? Then when he ain't ready to roll, he ain't contributing, then obviously, you know, make that quick substitution. And then, you know, see what it is, man. But, you know, he's getting better and better, and that's all you can hope for. But just put him in the starting line, that's a different animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different animal. Because you gotta understand, you also gotta look at it like this. You gotta understand who he's gonna be going up against. You know what I mean? And you know, look, that's hell. That's hell. You know, that's not an easy win. So you need somebody experienced, but he'll get his time.
All right, some more love for Denny. A lot of this tonight, deservedly so. Denny over Kuzma from Maya.
Chill out. Just one game. You know, we don't forget about even when the Wizards won it, then he was like, what the hell? Like, oh, what you doing, dog? Chill out.
I think, like you said, the good thing is he's taking steps forward, like you want young players to, and the more you can do, the more the coach trusts you with. You know, the role will grow. Just be happy that there's progression because literally, you know, a week ago or something, we were wondering like, hey, Denny, you know, come on, buddy. So it's good to see him progressing. It is important. Like, you know, everybody wants stuff quick these days, but you know, it has to happen how it happens. The W felt good improvement all around. Pick and roll transition. Bill had a slow start, but got it going. Nice to see Trez get into Gobert's body and make him uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Gobert was trying to like punish Montrez, and Trez wasn't going for it. I was like, I'm like this dude, Brad Bill. I mean, he didn't start off slow. It's just that Donovan started off so hot. it looks though. But Bill was putting buckets up on the board from start to finish. Like he was locked in. So I can't say that. But yeah, Trez was, you know, that physical presence, man. He gotta be the guy. Him, I know Gafford's willing, but Trez is the animal. You know what I'm saying, on this team, and they follow his example. So if he play past it, what you think everybody else gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, that was impressive the way he banged with Gobert. Once they, you know, and that since the other team messages like we here, like your biggest guy, your best big man ain't moving us. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, like they said, that you know it was great all around. But like we gotta give the coach credit. He didn't play favorites. You know what I'm saying? And guys, they ain't get it done. Like look, Bertans 8 minutes, Aaron Holiday 4 minutes. Like if you Kuz 24. Like if you weren't getting it done defensively, he next man up. He wasn't playing any games. Like he fed up. You know what I'm saying? So you want to stay on the floor, do what you got to do. And yeah, Dinwiddie, he got to pick it up, man. Offensively, we've been saying that he was 0 for literally. So it's gonna be, you know, like look, they pulled it out with him being 0 for, which shows the depth and stuff we've been saying all along. But moving forward, just getting, you know, better teams and stuff that know this team. You know, especially I'm talking about the Eastern Conference teams that know this team inside and out. That they're gonna need him to put up points. That's not good enough.
Did you want to add anything, Ray?
Just Trez's body language and energy was way different tonight too, man. He been last few games he just been looking like a shell of himself, to be honest, man. So it was good to see him kind of get out his little funk.
All right.
Oh wow.
Like Cardell said, things continue. It will be a very wounded Nets team. But again, this sets up the thing where if they are indeed this wounded, business needs to be handled.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have one of those debacles you had against De'Aaron Harrison this week. So if the current state of their team doesn't change, like,
Well, let's hope Corona goes the fuck away. I'm tired of this shit. Honestly, so no, I don't want the Nets to have Corona. I don't even want this shit to be around at all. But at the end of the day, games have to be played, and no one felt sorry for the Wizards when they were in a slump. So don't feel sorry for the Nets when you play them. Play them soon. Get them up out of there. Simple as that. Don't even play games with them.
That's another one about the Nets. It's definitely winnable.
Nah, not with this Wizards team. The good win tonight, but they got to they got to earn that trust back. I'm just being real.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm just saying winnable.
I know. I'm talking on there, not you. I'm saying that y'all they gotta earn that trust back, dog. And then no benefit of the doubt right now. Good win
at all.
Look, that's fair. Like, you just lost
damn near a
games.
month, dog. It's like damn near a month, dog. Like, just not losing close games or something where all right, they fighting.
They've been getting
smacked by 30,
man.
dog. Like, nah, ain't no game winnable. You gotta understand, they got a lot of G League dudes up, guys that were hungry dudes. They looking to prove something, so they gonna bring it. So you can't look at it like that. They don't have any right to go in that game acting like this a walk in the park or something. And then they get smacked by 20 by a G League All-Star team, and then what? So no.
And there's a new low just less than a week later after the Kings loss, if that is in fact what happens. But there's no more comments. Ray Cardell, is anything else you wanted to add? No, they got a brief reprieve before the 2 games in New York. And they got Nets and Knicks back to back. A couple days before Christmas. So nothing. I want to thank you guys for hanging with us tonight. I'm sure you guys are excited about the win. Like Ray and Cardell said, that's cool, but it's one night. It's been a month of the opposite of this. So, there's a lot of ground to make up for what you just did this past month, which wasn't good in the least bit. Get over to thefocustv.com. As always, follow the Focus TV on social media so you guys know when we're doing things in addition to Wizards Outlook, the Focus TV every Tuesday. And also it's just a good follow period. A lot of stuff goes on during the week. If you guys want to catch pressers and notes of things that happen across the board. So again, get over to thefocustv.com. Y'all have a great evening.